Hi, I'm Andy Stewart. Recently I went over to Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District to check out what they're doing with GIS and Maximo. So this video is going to explain a little bit about what I saw when I went over and toured the facility. On my visit, I went looking for Jim Allerton, Director of Information Technology, to see if he could show me what his team was doing to make life better for those people maintaining all of those assets. When I asked for directions to Jim's office, I was mysteriously told to use the force, but I quickly found out why.
This GIS integration with Maximo is pretty exciting because we're integrating it with the ESRI ArcGIS server, but we're also integrating it with our business objects server. So we're going to deliver GIS-related data through crystal reports within Maximo.
Next, one of Jim's key people, Jason McGill, took me around to check out the facility and to meet some of the key internal Maximo customers.
Yeah, this is actually really high right now. Normally it's down low enough that you can see where...
Is there a lot of toilet flushing going on? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It could be, yeah. You know, in like, I think Super Bowl Sunday,
yeah.
It's like all hands on deck down here because it gets really nasty.
Whoa, that's...
Yeah, that's poop.
The first customer I met was maintenance supervisor Bill Graham. I discovered Bill essentially wants two things: to make it easy for people writing work orders to pick the right asset to assign to the work order, and to make it easy for workers to find the right asset that they're supposed to be working on. Next, Jason took me over to meet Timothy Cawley, Superintendent of Preventive Maintenance. Tim was kind enough to take us on a drive out to see one of his crews doing some routine valve turning. And while we were there, I essentially learned that Tim wants to be able to plan where the valve turning should happen next, and to see a history of all the valves that were turned in a given area on the map during a given time frame. Next, we headed back to visit with Robert Barnard, Wastewater Collections Superintendent. Essentially, Robert wants to efficiently and easily keep track of the work being done, and to use the map to quickly create child work orders to click on a series of linear assets. With these three customers, Jim's team has some special challenges. Just how could they deliver solutions to their internal customers' problems? Well, Jim thought, I've got a great ESRI-based GIS system with all of our assets mapped out. And I've got IBM's Maximo EAM solution so we can manage our assets there. What if I mash them together using the ESRI map inside of Maximo? That would be very cool. So that's just what Jim and his team have done. Enlisting the help of the GIS Maximo integration experts at activeG, the brainstorm has become a reality. When you log into Maximo, the first place you're going to go is the work order application. And once we get into the work order application, there's a tab called Map. And clicking on that tab, we see the map that Jim envisioned. Now, I'm trying to find a fire hydrant. I know part of the number, and so I'm going to search for that here in this search field. And when I click Enter, I get some choices, and I see the one that I want to find, and click on it. It takes me to that point in the map. Now, when I click on this particular object on the map, it gives me some choices of things that exist in that space. And so if I click on the fire hydrant, I get that information. Now, I'm in a place on the map where I have a current work order. And if I click on a line segment and choose gravity main as my choice, it will highlight that particular item. And now if I click this button that has the child on it, it brings up a dialog for me to add this item to the work order. And so I'll just put a description and say OK. And now I get this dialog that tells me my item or asset has been added to that work order. And you see some information pop up. I'll do it again for another item there. And click the child work order button again. Enter in a description of the work that I want to do. And then click OK. And after I have done that, I've added another item to this work order as a child task or work order. If I go to the Plans tab and expand out those tasks, I see the things that I've added. So this is fulfilling the same request or requirement that Robert had to see his line segments or gravity mains all as children of a work order. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually create a work order using the map. So if I click the new work order button and type in a description for what I need to do, the next thing I'm going to try to do is find the place where I need to do the work. So I know where I'm doing the work, but I don't know the location number of that item or fire hydrant that I've got to do work on. And so instead of entering in the field the location information, I'm going to go to the Map tab. I see a recognizable spot for me to do the work, and I see the item that I need to work on. And so I click it and choose the hydrant. And then I set the location field by clicking the button with the hammer on it. And that enters the exact location information. And then I simply save the work order. And my work order has been saved. And if I move the map around a little bit to refresh it, you now see the work order in its created location.
What's nice about having the interface between GIS and Maximo is that within GIS or Maximo, we'll be able to see the maintenance that we've done to specific line sections or manholes. And that's important, like Jason's saying, that's important when we have a constant problem where we need to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
Click of a button.
And so, with customers happy about their newfound benefits of mapping functionality, Jim and team thought it would be a good idea to show it off at a conference. But there was some dissension in the group.
Jason, you going to the ESRI conference?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah? I heard you weren't.
What date is that on again?
But didn't you agree to go to the conference and sign the dates?
I don't. Did I get that in an email?
I believe so.
I don't have a copy of that.
I have a read receipt on September 5th.
I didn't see that.
Of a confirmation that you'll be attending and co-presenting. So
I really can't go.
we must go.